So here's a real easy topic, finding midpoints. Suppose we've got 2 points and we want to find the point that's exactly halfway in between them. Again, I recommend drawing or graphing because pictures are more easily understood by your brain than symbols are. So if you're looking at these, 1, 8, and 5, 2, they may not have much meaning to you. Looking at those, they may not have a whole heck of a lot of meaning either, but at least you can see where they are and you can guesstimate halfway in between somewhere in this area here. Real easy thing to do. All you have to do is find the x-coordinate that's halfway between these x-coordinates. What number is halfway between 1 and 5? Well, that's what we call an average, right? 1 plus 5 over 2 is equal to 6 over 2 is 3. So there's our x-coordinate. And then what number is halfway between our y-coordinates? 8 and 2. 8 plus 2 is 10 over 2 is 5. So our midpoint should be the point 3, 5. And if we look at this on the graph, over 3 and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that looks like it's exactly halfway between these two other points, right on the line connecting them and the same distance from both. Okay, it's as easy as that. You can do it in your head if you want to, or you can do the averages this way, or you can use a calculator if you happen to have some uglier numbers. I don't want to give you uglier numbers, but my math lab does its thing. So this one here, -3, 4 would be -3, 4 there. And then 7, -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and down 2. We're looking for something in this area. So -3 plus 7 over 2, that's 4 over 2, which is 2. And then average our y's together. 4 plus -2, or 4 minus 2, is 2 over 2, which is 1. So that gives me the point 2, 1. And that looks like it's exactly halfway between those 2 points. So I am confident in my answer as I was the previous one. Now, why do I think you should do that? Because we've got some negative numbers here, and people aren't always comfortable with negative numbers. It's real easy to add where you should subtract and vice versa. If you were to do that here, if we were to have averaged +3 and 7, we would have gotten, 3 plus 7 would be 10 divided by 2 is 5, and we would have gotten our point 5, 1, which would have been right there, and we would have known immediately that that is not the midpoint, and we would have caught our mistake and could easily fix it. Let's do a couple more real fast. I'm not even going to bother with this one. What number is halfway between 7 and 9? Certainly 8. Halfway between -2 and 5? I don't know. So I'm going to do -2 plus 5. That's going to give me 3. And 3 over 2, well, that's a fraction, right? 3 over 2 is 1.5. Well, let's check that by graphing. 7 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, -2. That's right here. And then 9 would be over 2 more and then up. The point 9, 5 would be right there. Well, the point 8, 1.5 would be right there, which looks exactly halfway in between. So I'm happy with that. I wouldn't call this one a trick question, but you might, I don't know. -6, 5 would be here, and -6, 8 would be there. Well, for our x-coordinate, what number is halfway between -6 and -6? It's going to be -6. Right? Makes sense. If the midpoint's going to be on this vertical line, its x-coordinate is going to be -6. And our y-coordinate is halfway between 8 and 5. So 8 plus 5 is 13 divided by 2 is 6.5, and that's going to be right there. Okay, so if our 2 points are directly above each other, then the midpoint's just going to have the same x-coordinate, and the same would be true if they were horizontal. They would have the same y-coordinate. That's it for finding midpoints.